Hello, this is Mr. Jarrett, and once again we are working in the intro unit here to solid modeling. So on this activity we are trying to break down this 3D shape looking at its 2D views, so its front view, its top view, and its right side view, to figure out what is the most efficient way of drawing this. So I put this blank spot over here with the origin there so that you can think through and try to hand sketch, because I will print this out and give you this paper, try to hand sketch what these different views might look like so you can think through and say, this is the most efficient way. So looking at this, I might say, looking at it from the right side view, I can see that this is a slant going back, so that's going to cause me some trouble. Okay, same thing from the top view. It's going to cause me some trouble to actually go ahead and model it that way. So I would recommend drawing it from the front view with the origin located right there. So I have this shape open. I'm going to change this to a wire view just so you can see, and I'm going to rotate around. Here's that front view I was talking about, origin located right there on the corner of it, and it's pretty easy because it shows my slant. Now, if I went to a top view, or a top view here, this is the slanted piece. Notice it doesn't look like a slant, so it's very hard to 3D model this and get the end result of having a slant. You would just have a rectangle, which later on you'd have to go back in and delete something anyways. So it's not as efficient. Same thing with the side view. So your origin would be located right here. You don't necessarily see a slant, so when you go to extrude, you're going to have a rectangle or a little box shape. It's not going to be a slanted shape. So I would highly recommend drawing it from the front view. So I'll go ahead and do this with you. I'm going to go up and make a new part. And it says that this is in inches, so change your units to inches. And you can make a sketch on the front plane. Here I'm going to use the line tool, click on my origin, and I'm going to start moving around. So I went to the left, I went up, I went over a little bit, and then drew back to my angle. Now, it also has this little box over here. So since we're looking at it from the front view, we would see that. So I'm just going to draw that little shape in right there. Hit escape. There's my front view. Now I need to go ahead and dimension this. So the bottom is 1.5 inches. Okay. The left side is a vertical distance of 1. And the top part here, that flat part at the top, is a distance of 0.5. So you notice it shows you on your picture that the degrees in here is 45 degrees, but I didn't even have to put that in because I had a measurement up at the top and I had a measurement at the bottom. And that kind of just sets my angled line into place. So it is kind of nice sometimes you don't even have to worry about the degrees, and then other times you do. It really just depends on what the actual measurements show in the picture. So the last thing I did here is I measured the vertical distance of that line, which was 1/2 inch. And since this is connected over, that also automatically makes that 1/2 inch. You do not have to dimension that line. So we're fully defined. So now I'll go over to my Features tab and hit Extrude. And similar to the last one, I'm going to be doing 2 extrusions here. And you notice the origin's right in the middle. So I'm going to select that region and this region. And I'm going to send this thing backwards. And I'll make this go back half of my total distance. And in this case, by looking at my picture, it shows you that that box, or this bottom part here, is 1/2 inch. As you can see, it's 1/2 inch. So I'm right here on the origin. I'm going back half. I'll hit the green check. I'm going to get my extrude button again. Here's that same warning asking us for an existing sketch. So I'll hit the drop down. Hit the drop down next to Boss 1 or Extrude Boss 1. And there's the sketch that I originally drew. Now I'll select this region and that region only, not this little box. And I want this to come forward 1/2 inch. And the reason why it's forward 1/2 inch is because the total measurement from front to back is 1 inch, and we already did 1/2 inch. So 1 minus 1/2 inch is also 1/2 inch. That's this piece right here. So I'll hit the green check, and there's my total shape. So then I can go ahead and change my material. And this is malleable cast iron, which is a default. And go up and evaluate it, mass properties. And I should be getting a mass of 0.28 pounds. If you got that, then you can save this activity and move on to the next one. If you did not get that, then continue to go back, edit your sketch right here, problem solve until you got that correct.